Talking about Dick Cheney and how he's absolutely out of control. And we've known this for a long time. Remember, this is the guy that drives around with the hazmat suit in his trunk.
No kidding.
People forget that story. It was, a reporter was driving around with him, and he pointed out he's got the hazmat suit. He's like, you never know when they could attack. You've always got to be ready.
Yeah,
that's what he told the reporter.
The odds are they're probably not going to attack Dick Cheney's SUV with a chemical weapon, but that's just me. No,
that little nugget right there gave us a real interesting view into Dick Cheney's mind. The guy is unbalanced. He really is. And, Wes, you were pointing out that Bruce Fein wrote something on Slate.com. Bruce Fein is a former member of the Reagan administration.
And he's not like a former member of the Reagan administration who was, some left-leaning guy. He worked at the Heritage Foundation and the American Enterprise Institute.
And what he's saying is Vice President Cheney took the vice president's office, which, Fein calls an acorn, and he built it into this gargantuan oak tree. And remember, before Cheney, the vice president was totally irrelevant? Remember how they tried so hard to make Al Gore relevant in the Clinton administration?
Yep.
So, to make him like the first ever relevant vice president? And now, as Fein points out, Cheney's taken this thing over. Basically, he's taken the government over and said he's not part of the government. And Fein says, you know what? You got to impeach this guy for crimes against the Constitution, because that's the conservative thing to do. It is not a conservative position to say that the vice president is above the law. That's a very, very unconservative position. It's not a liberal position. It's not a conservative position. It's a dictatorial position.
Absolutely. Well, it's also, look, every Republican out there, I don't think all Republicans are evil. I think they're just kind of operating from the wrong set of mental software. But I think a lot of them really, they do support the Constitution, they do believe in the country, but they've been snowed by these people. And they need to wake up, and they need to realize, look, if the law is broken and we trash the Constitution, what's going to protect you when you become a permanent minority?
Yeah, that's certainly true, although I can't imagine that these Democrats abusing their power, but if they ever got any. But hey, look, now all of a sudden it's the new empowered Democrats. You never know. Let's give a little tidbit of Jonah Goldberg here. He's a syndicated columnist for National Review Online. He appears at the other papers too, LA Times, USA Today, etc. He's one of these guys who forgot what conservatism was all about, and now he thinks he's confused it for a love of Dick Cheney. Here he was on Tucker Carlson.
Dick Cheney is really the only guy who doesn't bother talking the talk. He just walks the walk.
Oh, yeah. Kick ass. All right, let's give a little more Jonah Goldberg.
I like Dick Cheney. Love to have a beer with the guy. I think he is a smart, serious man in American life.
Come on.
Smart and serious.
You'd like to have a beer with him? Really?
Look, frankly, he's incompetent. But he's got, you know what Dick Cheney's big advantage has been in life is he went bald really young. So people thought of him as being older and more responsible than he really was just because of that poker face. But deep down inside, he's an incompetent. What has the administration gotten right in terms of national security?
Wes, that's another great point. And nobody makes that point about Cheney. Everybody makes it about Bush. But realize this, these were all Cheney's ideas, the Iraq War, et cetera, et cetera. And we called the Bush-Cheney administration, sometimes we just call it the Cheney administration. And remember, Cheney got everything wrong. He butchered Iraq. Even if you thought Iraq was a great idea, even if you're a neocon and all that stuff, you know what? Cheney's the guy who screwed it up along with Rumsfeld. They ran Iraq into the ground. They ran our government into the ground. The guy's not only evil, but incredibly incompetent.
I think he's a KGB plant designed to destroy the United States.
That got triggered a little too late. That's a good point, Wes.